am just so delighted to welcome you and everyone to this evening's Essex County Celebrates Youth event. This is probably my favorite event of the year, and that's because it involves young people. I get so much satisfaction from helping young people and seeing them succeed, and that's exactly what this event is all about today. Celebrating young people who are doing good things as opposed to the negative things that we often see on television or read about in the newspapers. Here in Essex County, we always talk about celebrating our diversity. And when we look around this room this evening, that's what we're about to do, celebrating diversity. This is Essex County in our chambers today. Today we will be acknowledging a fantastic group of 9 young people, each of them successful and beautiful in their own way. We are delighted to draw attention to the accomplishments of these wonderful young people and to encourage them to keep on doing what they're doing. But before we get started with the program, I just first want to express my gratitude to my dear friend and colleague, freeholder Carol Clark. And that's because the idea for this event was hers. Many years ago, here we are, 11 years, Carol, 11 years went by mighty fast, right? And it's bigger and better than ever. So I want to thank Freeholder Clark for her fantastic idea and for her great enthusiasm that has made it what it is today. The joy this event brings to our hearts every year simply can't be measured. And we have Freeholder Clark and all the wonderful young people we've honored over the years to thank for that, including tonight's honorees. So let's have a big round of applause for Carol Clark and our honorees. And with that said, I will now turn the microphone over to Freeholder Clark, and the program will start. Freeholder Clark.
Good evening, everyone. I know I'm supposed to do this at the end, but I just have to say this. You know what? Nothing gets done without a tremendous staff. And it just so happens that 1, 2, 3, 4, and the leader, 5, is in this chamber. 6 is sitting in this chambers right now. I just want you guys, ladies and gentlemen, to see the folks that really helped to make this thing sizzle. So that's the freeholder staff and our clerk, Deborah Davis Ford. I first want to thank our leader, Freeholder President Blonnie Watson, Freeholder Vice President Patricia Siebold. Without Freeholder President Watson really having some buy-in and being so supportive of this event from the very day that I asked if we could do it, it would not have been the kind of success that it is today. She's been enthusiastic and she's been supportive. So let's hear it for our Freeholder President. I also want to thank all of my colleagues. Every desk tonight is filled. Every one of my colleagues tonight has an honoree sitting out there. And this is the first time in the 11 years that we've been doing that all 9 freeholders are represented and everybody has an honoree tonight. This is going to be a very memorable event. It's my last one as a freeholder, but maybe I'll be sitting out in the audience because the board will send me a little note and they'll say, hey, Freeholder Clark, you know your special event is coming up. So I'll get an opportunity to sit in the gallery and see what's going on and just watch the event continue to grow, which I hope that it will. I first got the idea to do this when the board allowed me to be the representative to NJAC and thereby NACO, because each year they choose from amongst us who will be allowed to represent us at the state level and then the national level. And at the national level, they had this celebration, they called it Counties Cares for Kids celebration. And it would always take place in April during County Government Month. And sometimes, at one time, we had the young people sit with us for a little bit, and they would sit next to their freeholder, and we would do it that way. But it has evolved into what we see now, which is Essex County's celebration of youth. Because you guys have so many varied talents, and we really, really, really are pleased, because I know one thing: there's nothing more important, I don't think anyway, than caring for, nurturing, encouraging, and celebrating our young people. Because somebody's going to have to be sitting in these seats. And it may be one of you. It might just be because you came to this event tonight. It might just be a person who was a former honoree who might come back and sit in these seats. We don't know. But one of the things that we do know is that we want to celebrate our young people. Okay. Well, we are going to celebrate people from the 7th grade to high school seniors. We are going to have people who are musicians, swimmers, skaters, dancers, robotics enthusiasts, aspiring filmmakers, theater professionals, track stars, soccer players, and community volunteers and mathematicians, just to name a few. But as we get ready to celebrate all of these beautiful young people in their own special way, and by extension, their families that I see sitting out there, and I believe I'm looking at some really proud teachers, pastors, grandmoms, grandpops, aunts, uncles. I see the heads nodding, and I see the smiles getting even bigger as I say that. So I know that there's some proud folks out there just waiting to hear their youngster's name called. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the young lady from our very own vocational school who will be doing or performing the national anthem. That young lady is Destiny Alicia. Yes. Destiny Alicia is 16 years old. She's a junior at the West Essex Tech. I believe her teacher, Mr. Beckett, is smiling from ear to ear, so he's sitting over there. She's a vocalist, recording and performing artist, lyricist, and songwriter. Destiny already has 12 years of experience in the world of entertainment, and that's because she's been performing since she was 4 years old. And through the experience, she has gained the self-confidence that has helped her navigate the travails of being a teenager in today's world, and a very talented teenager in today's world. In addition to singing, Destiny enjoys dancing, acting, sketching, and according to her bio, partying with her friends. That would be right for a 16-year-old. Destiny will be performing again later on in the program, but to get us started, would you please give her a wonderful Essex County welcome, and welcome Miss Destiny Alicia, who will sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming broad stripes and bright stars. Through the perilous fight, on the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wrangling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Destiny, that was incredible. Let's hear it for Destiny, everybody. Good evening. My name is Rufus Johnson. I'm your Essex County Freeholder at Large, and I have the privilege of introducing a young lady, Shiana, pronounced Shiana. Is that correct? Shiana Lacey, who are offering this evening's opening prayer. Shiana is a 17-year-old honor student at Hillside High School, where she is also president of her senior class. She is a member of Mount Zion Baptist Church in Newark and credits her participation in the American Baptist Youth Immense Exercise Experience in Washington, D.C. 2 summers ago with changing her life and leading her to accept Christ in baptism. Shiana plans to attend college in the fall to major in social work, which will make it possible for her to advocate for the rights of others, especially those unable to speak for themselves. So with that, please join me in welcoming Shiana Lacey to offer the opening prayer.
Good evening. Let us pray. Our Creator of everything, we would like to thank you for this day. Thank you for all the young people of Essex County, the gifts that you have given them in our world. Thank you for our freeholders, parents, and leaders. Our Creator, please help us to make you smile in all that we do in this program and in our lives. Touch us with your love because you are love. In the name of the one who have made heaven and earth, we pray. Amen. Amen.
Good evening. I'm Freeholder Vice President Pat Siebold, and right now I have the wonderful opportunity to recognize those people who are here, dignitaries from other communities. First we have, and if I mispronounce the name, I'm sorry, we have Sandra Bohr-Gibbs, principal of Irvington High School. Dr. Nia Hackett, Superintendent, Irvington. Russell Pagano, Principal of Belleville High School. Essex County Under Sheriff James Pitts. Our famous singer Mark Beckett from Essex County Vocational Technical Schools from the West Caldwell campus. Dr. Gloria White, pastor from Mount Zion Baptist Church. and the Assistant Superintendent, Paula Cummins from Belleville. We also have the Deputy Mayor of Livingston here tonight, and that is my good friend Michael Silverman. The Deputy Mayor of Belleville, Michael McCosey. Did I pronounce it right?
Okay. You're in for a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a real treat for you because Destiny will return to sing the first of two songs she will perform for us tonight. So please join me. Let's give her a round of applause. Big round of applause, Destiny.
The song I'll be singing is Waiting Outside the Lines by Grayson Chance. I've picked this song because from then and now, we live in a world that kids hide behind the shadows. And during a song, not only it'll bring up their spirits, but it brings out their well-being. And for them to accept for who they are, no matter what they look like. So here it is, Waiting Outside the Lines.
Oh, that was beautiful. Let's give her another hand. Is that your teacher that's sitting right there? I figured that. He is awesome. We always know, thank you, hon. When we hear from our Essex County vocational schools, be it preparing the food, if you making honorees, grade points, high grade points, we know that we can call on one of our vocational schools to fill in for us. And you did a fantastic, a beautiful job. And we thank you so much for coming, sharing this evening with us. I am so pleased to begin today's presentation with my honoree, Tania, am I pronouncing that? Tania Wilkerson. Tania, please come join me while I tell our audience a little about you. Tania is a resident of Irvington, and Bilal, I decided to come over and steal one of your bright students. Did you mind? Okay, very good. She's 15 years old and is a sophomore at Essex County's Votech High School in Newark. You see why I talked about Votech earlier. Tania is an excellent student and maintains a grade point average of 3.5. Let's give her a hand. In addition to her outstanding academics, she has been running track since she was in the 5th grade and has competed as a member of the Newark Tech girls track team since the 9th grade, with whom she earned 2 state championships rings during the 2013 indoor season. I know your mom is mighty proud of you. She also ran for the Jersey Heat and Lightning track clubs in 2012. Tania attends Newark's Grace Temple Baptist Church, where she's very active with the youth choir, the praise dance, and the usher board ministries. And you know, one of my close friends said to me, don't you guys honor young people each year? And I said, yes. She said, well, will you honor this young lady from my church? So I said to Betty, I said, well, who is this young lady? So she started telling me all these things about you, Tania. And I said, you know what? That's where I'm going. I'm going to make sure we honor Miss Wilkerson this evening. So along with that, she sang with the McDonald's Super Choir, a choir comprised of singers from the tri-state area. The choir performed at Newark Symphony Hall on January 31st and set a new record with the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's largest gospel choir. That must have been awesome, right? Tania is scheduled to also compete in the praise dance category of the McDonald's Gospel Fest at the Prudential Center in May. And we were hoping that we will have a preview of her talents, but I don't think she had a chance to come and get ready for that, so we're going to have to bring you back another time to dance for us. How's that? That's good? Okay. Aside from running and dancing, Tania has a wide range of other interests and enjoys skating, drawing, reading, and even carpentry. Tania is the daughter of her proud parents, Timothy and Shalisha, and has 2 siblings, Tashawn and Tiana. After graduating high school, Tania plans to attend college and major in criminal justice. Tania, you are a delight. You are intelligent, you're talented, and an accomplished young woman. It is truly, truly my honor to recognize you today and to present you with this well-deserved commendation for being the outstanding person you are. Congratulations. I'm happy to say a few words, okay? And this is the award. Will you take the pictures later? Yes, ma'am. Okay, very good. So this is your award, okay? Would you have a few words for us, please? Come on. You want me to stand next to you? Come on, stand right here. Just thank for the award and thank your parents.
I just want to thank everybody at my church, and I want to thank my parents and you all for awarding me. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Leonard Luciano, and I'm the Essex County District 4 freeholder. I was elected to office in 2011, and it has been an honor and a privilege to serve the residents of Essex County as their county legislator, especially those in my district, my constituents, which represents the 11 western or northern townships out of the 22 here in Essex County. My career during the day is as an elementary school teacher, which I have been in an elementary school for 10 years. I enjoy giving back to the community, being part of the action as far as the school day goes, and working with children. So as you know, I'm very excited to stand before all our students that are being honored here tonight. One of the things that we do as Essex County freeholders, and I'm going to just touch briefly, because it's the teacher in me, and I know there's probably a lot of folks here that they probably wonder what a freeholder is. One of the things that we like to do as freeholders is we like to honor those in our community, for outstanding achievement, or for those, young folks, whether they're students that win state championships, students that have, been awarded accolades through their school system. But our primary function is as county legislators. There's 9 of us. 4 of us serve at large, and they represent all 22 municipalities. And the other 5 are district freeholders. So if you cut Essex County up like a pizza, we each have a district of about 160,000 people we represent. So moving forward to bring up my honoree, I want to say that, again, I represent the 11 west and northern communities here in Essex County, and my honoree is hometown is Livingston, which is one of the towns that I represent, and it is also the township where I graduated high school, and that would be Dylan Belluardo. Dylan is the youngest of our honorees today, but I can assure you that he's one hardworking, ambitious young man. See, I didn't even call him up here, and he's already here. He can't wait for this microphone. But he's extremely deserving of this award. He's 12 years old, and I guess I don't have to call you up here. Thanks for getting up here so rapidly. As I had mentioned, Dylan is 12 years old, 7th grade student at Livingston's Heritage Middle School, where he maintains high honors. His favorite subjects include math, science, and Italian. He is also a student at Andy's Music School in Livingston, where he has been playing and learning the piano for the last 5 years. His passion to play piano has attracted him to classical music that he has performed at many school recitals. He is also a member of Team Technomes, one of the Livingston robotics teams that continue to compete annually in robotics competitions sponsored by the U.S. Foundation for Inspiration and for Recognition of Science and Technology, LEGO League. This year, Dylan's team advanced to the state competition. I think that deserves a round of applause. He has also been involved in scouting since 1st grade. Dylan achieved the Arrow of Light, the highest honor in Cub Scouts, and then moved on to join Livingston's Boy Scout Troop 12, where he currently holds the rank of first class and the position of Totem Chip Instructor, and aspires to earn the rank of Eagle Scout one day. In his spare time, and I can't imagine how he has any with all the things that keep him busy, Dylan is also a member of the Scarlet Elite Swim Club, a competitive swim team with whom he practices 5 days a week and swims the butterfly, back, breast, and freestyle stroke. The team competes year-round against other competitive teams throughout New Jersey, and Dylan recently won gold and bronze medals at the Bronze Championship qualifying meet that was hosted at Newark Academy School in Livingston. Congratulations, Dylan. Dylan is the son of John and Tracy. He also has a sister, Sandra. Dylan, what I can say is you're an amazing youngster. I know you're destined for great things, and I just can't wait to see you accomplish them. I also know from talking with your dad that you already have a plan on breezing through high school so that you can attend MIT College. And you know what? At this rate, you're going to, and I have no doubt in your mind, you will probably be back here to be honored again by the freeholders in your future. That is why I'm delighted, on behalf of the Board of Chosen Freeholders, to give you this commendation resolution, to wish you well with your future endeavors in school, athletics, and recreation. And if you ever need us, you know where to find us. Congratulations.
Very short one. First, I would like to congratulate all students being honored tonight. And also, I would like to thank Mr. Luciano and the other freeholders for recognizing my achievements. I would also like to thank my parents for their support and giving me the opportunity to do all the things that I do. Lastly, I would like to thank my grandparents for taking the time to be here. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. We're going to take pictures later.
Good afternoon. I am Gerald Owens, freeholder at large. This is the first time I've had the pleasure of taking part in this great event. There's nothing better than seeing young people doing great things, to watch them succeed. I am delighted to honor one of those young people tonight, and her name is Chanel Tyler Ellis. But before I tell you any more about Chanel, I'm going to have her to come up here with me. Chanel? Gorgeous, too. Chanel lives in Maplewood, New Jersey, and is a 17-year-old student at Columbia High School. She is a member of the Columbia Peer Counselor Program and the Minority Achievement Committee, which encourages minority students to enroll in honor and advanced placement classes. She is a member of the Minority Student Achievement Network, as well as a national coalition coalition that's working to eliminate achievement gaps in schools districts. Chanel has also been a member of Columbia track and field teams. The first in the last 3 years, where she throws the shot put, the discus, and the javelin. She also has an artistic side. She plays the violin. She's a member of the Columbia Orchestra, Honest Chambers Orchestra, the Northern New Jersey Orchestra, and the Essex County Youth Orchestra. She also began dancing at the age of 3 and is currently a competitive dancer at LeChaney's Dance and Music Academy in Maplewood, where she is trained to tap, ballet, jazz, and hip-hop and modern dance. She is also captain of the school's performing arts company and a teacher's assistant. She has a lot of credibility. Chanel is the daughter of her proud parents, Robert and Wahila, and her sister, Sabrina. She will also attend the University of New Haven in the fall and plans to major in forensic science. Please give this applause to Chanel Ellis. I'm proud of you. Chanel, this is something you really deserve. I mean, you set that bar for people to try to climb up there like you. I'm very proud of you. Essex County is proud of you, and I know your parents are proud of you, and your school is proud of you. So you have that microphone, you can say a few words.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I would just like to thank my dad, my mom, and my sister, and Mama right back there, and the freeholders for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
No, they crossed it out. No, that's right. Okay. Is that what it-
Good evening again. As I stated earlier, my name is Rufus Johnson. I'm an Essex County Freeholder at Large. And I want to start off by congratulating my colleague, my friend, and my kin, Carol Clark, for putting this together 11 years ago, because look at where we're at now. And Madam President, for you agreeing to do this. I've only been here, this is the end of my 6th year, so I caught the tail end of these things, but it's amazing to see the kids that we have honored in that 5 or 6 years. So I want to commend you two for even having the thought of taking care and putting our kids first. Thank you very much. This evening, I have the pleasure of honoring a very smart young man from the great township of Belleville, and his name is Michael Nostalgia Jr. I've known Michael's parents for many years, especially his dad, Michael Sr., who is a Belleville councilman and deputy mayor, and have gotten to know Michael Jr. over the last couple of years and appreciate what an outstanding young man he is. We've had some conversations. Before I tell you about my honoree, I'm going to ask him to come up and join me up here at the podium. Michael? How you doing? You didn't think this day was going to come, did you? It's here, right? Okay. Michael Jr. is a 16-year-old at Belleville High School, where he is an outstanding student. He was admitted into the Gifted and Talented program in the 4th grade, has been an honor student since 7th grade, and has received high honor roll for the majority of his time at the high school. And Michael didn't think this day was going to come this quick when I told him about this last year, but it's here now, and you ready to do it? Okay. Okay. He has been a member of the high school varsity golf team and a rower on the junior varsity crew team, with which he has competed in regattas and shared in the winning of a gold medal in the Metropolitan Youth Speed Order. Michael is also a member of his school's mock trial team that competed against high schools in some of the most prestigious law programs in New Jersey, and advanced to the state quarterfinals 2 years in a row. But Michael's true passion is film, and he is an aspiring director. He has filmed, directed, and edited multiple music videos, one of which was entered into a contest on thepremise.com and received over 1,000 viewers. Michael is the son of his proud parents, Michael Sr. and Doreen, and his sister, Cheryl Ann. Michael, it gives me great pleasure to shine a spotlight on you today for all you've done and to encourage you to keep up the good work. I am also proud to present you with this well-deserved commendation from the Freeholder Board as part of our Essex County Celebrates Youth annual event. Congratulations. Now, do you got a script in your pocket too?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say how honored I am to be here tonight, and I realize how difficult it can be to obtain a successful future as a teenager in this day and age, and it takes a lot of hard work and dedication, and at times like this is when all that hard work and dedication pays off. So I would like to thank my family and Freeholder Johnson and the entire Freeholder Board. Thank you.
I'd like to say good evening to everyone. Too, would like to take the privilege of recognizing in our freeholders this very significant and wonderful celebration of our youth in the Essex County. It's changed names over a period of time, but our freeholder, Carol Clark, and our leadership and Freeholder President Blondie Watson has always made this a very significant occasion in all of what Essex County celebrates. And I've had the privilege of recognizing in Irvington and other parts of my district at least the 11 years that we've had started this. So it certainly has been a pleasure. My name is Freeholder Deepalau Beasley, and I represent the Freeholder District number 2, that includes Maplewood, parts of Newark, and my hometown of Irvington. And this evening, I have the honor of recognizing an outstanding senior at Irvington High School, and his name is Rafael Nunez. Unfortunately, he can't be here this evening, but he's got a really good excuse. Rafael received a 4-year scholarship to attend Dartmouth College in the fall. And he just found out last week that he must attend a 3-day orientation in New Hampshire starting today. Standing in for Rafael this evening is his sister, Erica. And I'm going to ask her to join me here at the podium while I tell the audience about her brother. You know, Erica? Standing in for Rafael this evening is his sister Erica, and I'm going to read more about what Rafael has done, and we really appreciate you being here with us. Rafael is ranked number 1 in his class with a GPA of 4.28 on a 4.0 scale. He was also named to the Super Honor Roll and was ranked number 1 in his class throughout his high school years, even with a course full loaded with honors and advanced placement classes. He is a member of the Sigma Beta Club, Future Business Leaders of America, Library Council, and Student Council, and has also been a member of both the baseball and football teams all 4 years. He has volunteered extensively at food banks, community health fairs, and cerebral palsy awareness walks, and Teens Tackle Homelessness Conference. Rafael has accepted into the American Chemical Society's Project Seed program and was a winner of the Rotary Club's 4-way test essay contest. He is also one of only 2 students selected to represent New Jersey at the U.S. Senate Youth Program for high school students held in Washington, D.C. this past March. Rafael is the son of a very proud mother, Asusa, As I said earlier, he will attend Dartmouth College in the fall, where he plans to major in political science and eventually pursue a career in government and elected office. With that being said, I am so honored, and I really appreciate the recommendations that come from our principal and our superintendent, and we're certainly glad to have you here with us, Sarah. Thank you. And we have a resolution sponsored by the Freeholders honoring Raphael as 2014 Essex County Celebrates Youth event. Thank you, and God bless you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm accepting this award on my little brother's behalf, Rafael Nunez. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. Nonetheless, he is very honored to receive this award. He wanted me to tell you all that he's very grateful for this prestigious honor. As his older sister, it makes me so proud to have such a well-rounded, successful leader as a brother. I could only wish I could have accomplished half the things he has done at his age. He is dedicated into helping his community. He does countless hours of community service at the Rotary Club with Miss Allison, which is here with me today. Not because it's required, but because he wants to. He craves to make a difference in the world. He's also part of the Young Men Striving for Greatness organization, which is also very involved with the Irvington community, just to name a few. I can say that I admire how strong-minded and courageous he is, never afraid of going for what he wants. He's a straight-A student because he works hard for it. I've seen him stay up late and wake up early, and I'm pretty sure there's been times that he hasn't even slept to finish his schoolwork, but never gave up. He's now going to attend Dartmouth College this fall with a 4-year scholarship where he will major in political science, which is where he is today. I know that my brother's generosity and leadership will play a major role in his success, and I am proud of him. Once again, I would like to thank you all on Raphael's behalf for being nominated for this award, and I am honored to be his sister and be here for him.
Be proud of you.
That was touching. I think we should give another round of applause for the Nunez family. My name is Brendan Gill. I'm the District 5 freeholder. I have the honor and privilege to represent the 5th freeholder district, which includes the 5 towns of Belleville, Bloomfield, Nutley, Glen Ridge, and my hometown of Montclair. Before we bring up the next honoree, I also wanted to just commend Freeholder Watson and Freeholder Siebold for your leadership in putting this event together, and also, again, to Freeholder Clark for your vision. I've been only on this board for 2 years, and based on a couple of the students, I know they're going to be coming on strong, so I think we have a couple budding politicians already. So Dylan, Lenny just got on the board, so let's give him one more term at least before before we run just yet. But I would say that I am also the son of an educator. My father, and I highlight this every time I can, is a public school teacher, still teaching. This is his 43rd year in the Montclair public school system. I know we have a couple of former educators on the board, Freeholder Siebold and Freeholder Clark, and I think, and Freeholder Johnson, who's done a lot in youth mentoring over the years. And with everything that's going on nowadays about how students are being pressured and evaluated. It's great not only to see everyone doing well academically, but it's also great to see that our young people are engaged in different activities that could never be measured by a test, in my opinion, or a score on a test. And because I think that's what a true and well-rounded education is all about. So with that, I have the privilege of celebrating the accomplishment of an outstanding young woman and an outstanding musician. Her name is Zoe Abadia, and she's a 17-year-old senior at Glenridge High School. And before I continue, I'm going to ask Zoe to please join me at the podium. Zoe. Congratulations. Zoe is an excellent student and an outstanding alto saxophonist, which she began playing in the 4th grade. She's attended the Juilliard, Litchfield, and Jazz House Summer Kid Camps and the NJ-PAC and Manhattan School of Music pre-college programs. With the Jazz House Kids, she's performed and won numerous group and individual awards at the prestigious Charles Mingus Student and Essentially Ellington competitions, and from Downbeat Magazine and the International Women in Jazz Organization. All right, Zoe was featured as the jazz prodigy at the 2013 Pittsfield City Jazz Festival. She was named the 2014 Young Arts Jazz Saxophone winner, performed with the Young Arts Jazz Combo at the New World Center in Miami, and was selected by the Mikhail Baryshnikov to perform at the Baryshnikov Art Center in New York City earlier this month. She has also performed with the Young Jazzers at this year's Grammy Awards event and was named a candidate to be a 2014 Presidential Scholar of the Arts. Congratulations on that as well. She is a daughter of her proud parents, Eve and Elizabeth, and will pursue her musical studies at the world-renowned Juilliard School in New York City this fall. So Zoe, it gives me great pleasure to honor you today for your musical talents. I'm a little bit disappointed that we're not going to get to hear you play today, but I encourage everyone that if there's an opportunity to come hear Zoe play, because she is absolutely fantastic. So I know that you have an amazing career ahead of you, and I can only hope that you'll remember us when we're trying to get tickets to come watch you play. So on behalf of myself and the board, congratulations, great job, and best of luck. Congratulations, Zoe.
I'm very honored to be recognized, and I would like to thank my parents and my teachers for supporting me. I feel really fortunate to live in Essex County because it has a great community of artists who really support me and inspire me. They not only have successful careers of their own, but they also contribute to the community by involving everyone in their art, especially young people. Besides my high school music teacher, Kevin Lagos, all of my teachers are affiliated with the Jazz House Kids program in Montclair, which I have been attending for almost 5 years. I feel extremely fortunate to have found this program, and I can honestly say that all the students I know in this program feel the same way. Thank you very much.
We will now have our final performance from the evening, so please join me in welcoming back Destiny. Destiny, please come on up.
This next song is going to be I Believe by Yolanda Adams, which you already know from the film Honey. I chose this song because of the title. that, thank you. Yeah, everybody should believe in themselves. Don't let none of your peers oppress your spirit. Don't let none of them keep your head down. Just keep your head up, and most importantly, believe. And I would like to thank my performing arts teacher, Mr. Beckett. Without him now, I want to thank him for everything that he's done for me for the past 3 years now. Without him, I would not gain my self-confidence, and now I finally get to believe of who I am as a true performer. So give it up for Mr. Beckett. And with that said, for the song, for anyone who knows it, you can stand and dance a little if you want to. So here it is, I Believe by Yolanda Adams.
They said it wouldn't make it so far, and ever since they said it, it's been hard. But never mind the nights you've had to cry, 'cause you will never let it go inside. You work real hard and you know exactly what you want and need, so believe, and you can never give up. You can reach your goals. Just talk to your soul and say, I believe I can. Oh, I will. I know my dreams are real. I dance. Oh, that's why. That is what I do believe. Our goals are just dancing in your soul. And you know that your moves will let them show. You keep creating pictures in your mind, so just believe they will come true in time. They will be fine. Leave all of your cares and stress behind. Just let it go. Let the music flow inside and give all your pain and just start to believe. I believe I can. I believe that all of my dreams are real. Oh, I gotta dance. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is what I do believe. Never mind what people say. Hold my head high and turn away with all my hopes and dreams. I will believe, even though things is not for me. I won't give up. I'll keep it on. Look into the sky. I will achieve all my needs. I will always believe. I believe I will. Know my dreams are real. I stand. I'll dance. Go real soon. That is what I do believe.
Destiny Alicia deserves another round of applause. How marvelous. You're terrific. As I told you before, I'm Freeholder Vice President Patricia Siebold. I'm a freeholder at large representing all of Essex County. I'm a retired teacher. I taught English at West Orange High School for 30 years. And a former wonderful student of mine is now principal of Livingston High School, my hometown. And I am really delighted tonight to honor an outstanding young woman from Livingston. Her name is Erica Silverman, and she is a 17-year-old high honor roll student at Livingston High School. But before I tell you more about her, I'd like to ask Erica to join me. Erica? Erica is in her third year of Livingston High School's Digital Imagining curriculum, where she is also a member of the Key Club and Forensic Science team, and the Physical Education Advanced Leadership Program. She is an avid volunteer who has helped prepare lunches and distribute clothing to homeless individuals, run in charity races for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and American Cancer Society, and skated to benefit Special Olympics. During the summer of 2012, she also helped orphan children and elderly and disabled adults, rebuilt a teacher's hut, soccer field, and classrooms in Ecuador, and helped to reforest land in the Galapagos Islands. Erica began ice skating at the age of 7 and has been a member of the acclaimed Synchronettes, Essex County synchronized skating team since 2005, which has won bronze and silver medals as Team USA at recent international competitions. And I have to tell you, I've seen Erica skate with the Synchronettes, and she is absolutely unbelievable. Go to see her. She received honorable mention at the Caldwell College Forensic Science Competition and was also selected to display her digital imaging artwork at the Livingston Art Show and with the 2014 Fresh Perspectives Juried Art Exhibition, which is currently running at the Morris Museum. Erica works as an assistant skating instructor at Cody Arena and has been very active with the Livingston United Synagogue Youth since 2011. She is the daughter of very proud parents, whom I know very well, Michael Silverman, who is the deputy mayor of Livingston, and Dana Silverman, who does all kinds of volunteer work herself. And by the way, all her grandparents are here tonight, all 4, and you should be proud. I didn't mention she also has a sister, Samantha, but Samantha is away at college and so couldn't be here tonight. So Erica, I'm delighted to present you with this commendation from the Freeholder Board, because you are such a wonderful, wonderful young woman. You've made your parents very, very proud. And I'm sure you've made your grandparents very, very proud. You're an excellent example of all the positive and constructive things today's young people are doing. I know you will continue to soar in the years to come, and you have my heartfelt best wishes and congratulations.
Thank you so much for this honor. I would like to thank Essex County for all the opportunities that you've given me to support my passion of ice skating. My team, the Synchronettes, is such a major part of my life. Thank you for supporting me and my team. I'd also like to thank my parents for all the support they've given me as well. I am honored to receive this award. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So I was a swimmer, so Dylan, I think I can keep up. I played tenor sax, but I think you're way moons beyond me, and I think I would make a terrible synchronet. So, with all that being said, my name is Freeholder Rolando Bobadilla, and I represent District 1, which is mostly all of Newark. And before I bring up my honoree, I also like to bring up a new friend of mine, John Suarez, who is the president of the Ironbound Soccer Club. He has something to do with it, so you'll find out soon. Now, I've been warned, though, we got to keep this short because so you can't deviate too much, okay? But my honoree today is Catherine Sosa, and she is an outstanding 17-year-old. She goes to Science High, and she represents the Ironbound community. She is Portuguese, represents the Portuguese community as a fine example, an excellent leader, and you know, she is a high overachiever, just like all of you are. And I know you worked really hard at all your endeavors and everything that you're going to do and what you've done so far. But she is a member of the National Honor Society, where she serves as treasurer. She also participates in the Calculus Olympics, the Statistic Olympics, and the Newark Math League and the Science Park Robotics team. So that's a handful. So she's a very, very capable young woman. She's also a member of the Ironbound Soccer Club, and this is where she has really shined and developed her skills throughout the year. And I would like John to say some remarks on that because he is a mentor and he is a leader of that association. And so if you can please give some remarks, and then I'll close it up.
Catherine is the captain of our U17 intensity team, but she goes beyond that. We run a recreational program, and she's my field coordinator. She takes care of all the registration, helps us with that, and then on Saturdays organizes the games. She also, on our indoor program, she keeps us in line, keeps us going, keeps us, you know, and I have a little nickname for her, and I call her Trouble. It's one of those good nicknames because she keeps everybody in line, and you know, sometimes the parents get a little out of control, and she brings them back into perspective. She's a great young lady, and thank you for everything you do for us.
Thank you. So, you know, Catherine is the daughter of João and Maria, and her brother John is also here. And she plans to pursue a double major in mathematics and computer science as she attends college this fall. And Catherine, you know, you're very impressive young woman. You're definitely hardworking. And when I met Catherine, I asked her to give me 3 words that would describe her character, right? So she told me she's persistent, hardworking, and always ready to help others. I mean, what finer qualities can you ask an individual? So let's give her a hand for that. And you know, I think we all look forward to see what the future brings for you. I know that John doesn't want you to deviate too far away from the Ironbound Soccer Club. They miss you, you know, they'll miss you way too much there. But if you can please just say a couple of words. Thank you.
First, I just want to thank the freeholders and especially Mr. Bobadilla for picking me. Second, I want to touch on the staying in the Ironbound. I kind of decided recently that I'm going to be going to NJIT, so I will be staying at home. I also just wanted to thank Ironbound Soccer Club for all the opportunities they've given me and for allowing me to help and give back to the community, and especially want to thank my parents and my brother for always supporting me and being there for me. And that's it.
Well, whenever I stand up, a lot of times, we know that the program is drawing to a close. But it's drawing to a close, but it's not going to end, and that's a good thing. Before I bring on tonight's final honoree, no pressure, only teasing. Before I bring on tonight's final honoree, I want to acknowledge a couple other people that I think might not have been acknowledged. And if there are others in the audience, please wave a hand so that we can give you your proper recognition. We have with us also Board of Education member and former famed New Jersey high school girls basketball coach, Miss Janetta Wright from South Orange. She's one South Orange Board of Education. We have teacher Mr. Lemon back there, and I know he's going to give some more shout outs from Cecily Tyson School of Performing Arts, and we also have Irvington Library trustee and just all around community activist, Essex County Women's Board member, Miss Allison Bryant. We also have another young man, he's a Rutgers grad, Ibrahim Smalls is back there from East Orange. Ibrahim? I don't know whether I have missed any other teachers or principals or board members, but if you're out there, wave. If not, then I'm going to continue and bring our program to a close. Well, I get to bring on the final honoree tonight. His name is Mr. Daniel Friday, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to present him to you this evening. Earlier this afternoon, because I hadn't really had an opportunity to interact with Daniel, earlier this afternoon, I said, let me just try to reach out to him and see if I can meet him and say hi. Well, I got more of a treat than I thought, because not only did I get an opportunity to meet him and say hi, I got an opportunity to meet his mom, I got an opportunity to meet two of his teachers, and he gave me a little peek behind the scenes of where he does his work. I went over to the Cecily Tyson Community School for the Performing and Fine Arts. And this is really supposed to be Daniel's spring break. But what was he doing? He was back there trying to get busy and get some things together. Because you see, they just finished a production of The Color Purple, and it was so well attended. It was sold out every night, and people were clamoring for more. So Daniel said they had to add a couple more performances. So I'm going to make sure I make my way to see The Color Purple. After speaking to all of them, and speaking to Gene James, I believe in my heart of hearts that Daniel, I've said it before, this is my last one, but if this has to be my last one, I think I've done good by picking you, young man. I'm happy about this, you being my final honoree. Daniel, why don't you come join me here at the podium for a moment. He lives in East Orange. We're both the Fifth Warders. He doesn't live too far from me. He lives over near Grove and Park, and I'm over on North Maple, but I didn't know him. He's an East Orange guy through and through, went through all of his schools in East Orange, and so did I. I'm an East Orange girl through and through, too. He's headed to Rutgers, and I hailed from Rutgers, so, you know, we just, the connection was just right there. He's an 18-year-old senior at the Cecily Tyson High School, where he's pursuing his lifelong interest in the arts, especially theater arts. That comes as no surprise because as the baby of the family, his all of his 4 older siblings already are pursuing successful careers in the arts. One producing music videos, another a stage manager, another a writer, another just finishing up at Rutgers School of the Arts, correct?
Yeah, she graduated.
She just graduated, so Daniel had to come on and represent. His mom said he had to go ahead and do what he had to do. Daniel is very well versed in all technical aspects of theater, including lighting, sound, prop creation, and costume. He actually is a carpenter and costume, and has designed sets for over 20 plays and worked on over 45 productions and events in various capacities at his high school. He has also worked as a professional stagehand for outside sponsored events that have been held there. Daniel is a member of the International Thespian Society, Kappa Theta Delta, has served as treasurer for the last 2 years, and has also been the recipient of the Mystic Awards for Best Set Design and Theater Commitment. He also received the Cecily Tyson School Award for being a student leader. At the last production of The Color Purple, the Paper Mill Playhouse, which we actually honored here last week, the Paper Mill Playhouse came to take a look at the set design and look at a few other things, because they are in competition. He is in competition for that prestigious Rising Star Award. We don't know what the outcome will be yet, but we know that he's in competition for it, so we're wishing him well. They won it a couple of years ago for Dreamgirls. So this time they're trying to win it for The Color Purple. In the fall, Daniel will attend his dream school, the Mason Gross School of the Arts at Rutgers University in New Brunswick, and where his sister just graduated, where he will pursue his Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in technical direction. He is the son of his proud mom, Sharon, and the brother of his equally proud sisters, Kissy and Chelsea, and his brother, Ebenezer and David. Daniel, I am proud. I wish I had a spotlight for effect, but I'm proud to shine a bright light on you tonight and for your talents and for being the great young man that you are. Because being the behind-the-scenes guy in the theater, you work hard and you always make other people on stage look good. And sometimes you don't get any of the applause or any of the accolades because you're always behind the scenes. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is very much front and center and on stage for all to see. So I just want you to know that I'm extremely proud, and I hope you're as proud of this young man as we are in the city of East Orange, Mr. Daniel Friday. This is for you. We also have a certificate from the mayor as well. Okay, and everyone also has certificates from Senator Ruiz. I think everyone has from the New Jersey State Legislature. I think it's important for us to acknowledge that Senator Ruiz made sure that every recipient tonight has one. So Daniel, the microphone is yours.
Good afternoon. I just want to thank my family and my 2 teachers that are actually here, Mr. Carlson and Mr. Lemon. They walked me through this whole thing. Without them, I don't know where I'd be. But thank my mom, my brothers, and my aunt, and thank the freeholders, actually. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, we're going to do this slightly different. Normally, the last voice you would hear would be the person who is offering the closing prayer. But because I wanted to do a little something different this night, tonight, and I hope the Lord will forgive me for not allowing the final word to be the next voice that you're going to hear. But the next voice that you're going to hear is the voice of a person who sat where I'm speaking to the recipients right now. She and her mother sat where you and your parents are sitting, I guess about 7 years ago. She was valedictorian. She went on to have a full ride at Lincoln University, went on to complete her studies there. She's now at Drew Theological Seminary, pursuing her degree in theology. She's an ordained deacon. She was a recipient of this award, and I am so grateful that she thought it not robbery to come back and offer the closing prayer. Would you please welcome Miss Danielle Williams.
Well, we all know that without a vision, the people perish. So I'm not going to preach to y'all. But I thank you for your vision. Thank you for keeping our youth alive. It means a lot. It meant a lot to me when I was out here. It meant a lot to my sister when she was out here receiving an award, and I'm sure it means a lot to all of you. So let us go before the throne of grace in prayer. O God, keeper of our children, we thank you for the opportunity to honor your beloved servants. And we thank you for the opportunity to allow them to stand up, even in the face of trial and even in the face of destruction, that they still can be the glory and of your light in this place, oh God. And we're praying even now for their families and everybody that is in this room, that they are blessed by the ministries that each and every one of them have. That they are children of your kingdom, O God, and that they remember that they are precious jewels in your treasure box. I pray, O God, that they remember to believe in themselves and that they remember to believe in who you have created them to be. And I pray that as we go forth from here tonight, O God, that they will remember that it is here where they were honored, and it is here where they can always come back for help, and it is here where the rest of their lives will start from this day forward. And I pray peace and blessings on each and every one of their lives and everybody that is under the sound of my voice right now. In the precious name of the one who died for our sins and rose again so that we may live, we pray, and all of God's people say amen.
Please, come on. You said you. Now you know why I'm so proud of her.
Absolutely. I know, clerk, where's the clerk? We are really stepping out of line this evening. We're not following your instructions. But, but I asked Freeholder Clark if I could say a few words with her. Says, this is my last time I will be retiring after 15 years on the Freeholder Board. So this would be my last time with the young people, but I'm like Carol. I probably will be sitting out there. And I get sort of choked up when I talk about the youth and what the young people mean to me. First, let me congratulate all of the honorees and to all of the parents and the teachers for certainly, without you putting God first, and I know that's what happened. I can't speak for all of you, but I always say that when we do things in order, that our children come out right where we can be proud of them. At the end of the program, you will be given a token from me. I've done it since we've started having our programs here as the president of the board. And even before I became the president, I always like to give something back. That's what I'm about. So at the end of the program, you're going to receive a nice cup, and it's going to have a picture of a gate. And in that, you will see some inspirational quotes. And I'm not going to repeat all of them, I'm not going to talk about all of them, but just one I want to stress with the young people this evening. And it says, study while others are sleeping. Work while others are loafing. Prepare while others are playing. And dream while others are wishing. And that quote is from William Arthur Ward. And let me just say that the gate to your future is open. Your present is bright, and your future is brighter. Each of you are talented individuals that I know will make a difference in the world. As you continue in life, remember that education is the key to opening the gate of success. As I stated earlier, this is my last, and I'm going to get teared up. First time. As this is my last Essex County Celebrates Youth program, I want all of you to know just how proud I am of you. This cup that you will receive is a symbol of you filling the cup of life with as much knowledge as you can. Go out into the fields and labor on behalf of your dreams. Always reach for the highest star, and your future will be bright. I give you my love, and God be with you, and much success. And I hope I have enough cups for all of you. And if not, just let the clerk know, and I'll make sure you receive one. Thank you. May God bless.
Thank you, Madam President. It's okay for going out of order. And you know what? If she got a little filled up, it had to happen at some point in time, because you don't give 15 years of your life to something and you not have a moment when you reflect and get filled up about it. And who could not get filled up when you're looking at 9 of some of the most talented, outstanding young people I've ever laid eyes on? I don't know about the rest of you, but we need to celebrate them one more time. And I also want to acknowledge Lillian Torres, who is a board member in the city of Belleville as well. Board member? Board of Education, that's what I mean, Board of Education member, I'm sorry. Yep. Madam President, you closed with a poem, and I wanted to close with one as well. It's a poem that's well known, and I have this hat here, and you're going to understand why I've got the hat in a minute. But I just kind of want to close with the poem, and you all know it. It's If by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men or women doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, but don't necessarily deal in lies yourself, or being hated, but don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream, but not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your only aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop once again to build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and then risk it on one turn or pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they have gone, and hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings and queens nor lose the common touch, if neither foe nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men or women count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of a distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And what's more, you'll be a man or woman, my son or daughter. Well, I am probably the biggest kid you will ever see, because I refuse. Getting old is something that I can't control, but whether or not I have to grow up is up to me altogether. And I'm probably going to get old growing, kicking, and screaming. And I want you guys to grow old, kicking and screaming too. Because if you keep a little bit of youth inside of you, it doesn't matter whether you're 8 or 80, you'll still have a youthful heart. And so, because tonight has probably made me one of the happiest freeholders on the planet, I'm going to ask you, and I see some young people there. I see a little young lady with some glasses on. I see a couple of other young people. I'm going to ask all of the young people to stand up and get in this aisle, because something's getting ready to come on the speaker that I know you're all familiar with. And so if you're young, or at least young at heart, will you please help me with this? Take it away, maestro. Take it away, maestro.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take me. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy.
Thank you so much.
Feel like happiness is the truth.
Thank you for indulging me and a little bit of kids play and a little bit of happy. I think the adults got into the happy dance a little bit more than the young people did. But listen, this has been so wonderful. I know we're not supposed to mix church and state and all of that, but to God be the glory, because these children are gifts from the Almighty. They are our gifts. And we can't celebrate them enough. We can't support them enough. We can't lift them up enough. And so I look forward to seeing all of them doing some things. I look forward to seeing you skate. I look forward to seeing you swim. I look forward to seeing you do what you do. I look forward to you running and winning some. I want to hear you play that smooth alto sax. I mean, I just want to, I'd like to meet your brother and all the things you do. I'm scared. I can just choose which one I want to go see you do. I mean, it's just fabulous. And I know you have a competition yet to go. So we just we wish her well. Where is it going to be? Where's your next competition? You're done? Okay, so you're done. Okay. Okay, the season's done, but I don't know when we'll get an opportunity to watch you again, but when you hear of something at the Cody Arena that has to do with skating, and cross your fingers at the paper mill, picks, the color purple. There are going to be a couple more performances, so you may see it in the newspaper, and you can come and watch it, but we might be celebrating one more for Daniel. So, you know what, thank you for everything. To all of my colleagues, you've made me tremendously happy by participating in this. I can't thank you enough for supporting it, and I know that you'll keep it going. We have a reception prepared, and we want to once again celebrate young people because it was prepared by the students in the Culinary Arts Department at the vocational schools. So isn't that beautiful? Everything today. Yeah. And I just can't thank our staff. I want to thank Gary for making sure I got my happy dance hat and making sure it all, and to our wonderful clerk and to all of our staff. Thank you so very, very much for everything. To our performers, thank you, Destiny, appropriately named. Your destiny's already written. Just make sure I can get a signed copy of the first recording. And Dr. White, you're raising up a new generation. I know that. Yes. And if you've not heard Miss Williams, who is an ordained deacon, preach, you should come and hear her. She's at Bethel Presbyterian. They give her an opportunity to actually deliver the word some Sundays. And I've heard her, and it blows me away because I knew her when she was a baby. So to see her now and to see how she's grown and see how God's working in her life is beautiful. Thank you all. God bless you. And let's go on down and have a reception. Will the recipients, will the honorees and their parents please remain, and everybody else?
Because I'm happy. Clap along.